Welcome everyone to this random live stream. Linux stuff, state of the art, not only Ryzen, AMD, Source, T2, everything, all the good stuff. And yeah, actually I wanted to live stream something else, but now time went by and some other stuff and this and that and one state and the other. Anyway, so while I was on the Mac Mini, the failing, aging piece of garbage that we usually live stream and other stuff, wanted to compile the latest Firefox, and of course what is actually funny, it has, did we not recently upgrade the memory to, what would that have been, 16 gigs? Anyway, whatever that update was, of course it out of memory killed here rustc, because whatever, we should, by the way, this many pages of RAM. Anyway, you get the idea probably, but we also have here our recently 64 gigabyte upgraded Ryzen. Still waiting for this other new SKU. Let's just quickly compute so many pages multiplied. Is it 4K pages? 69. No, that doesn't make, probably, or does it? Maybe 16 gigabyte. Anyway, that is surprising. So let's double check. I probably config defaults and then I also do other stuff in case someone wants to tune in. Parallel max here. So let's take 15 of this. 16 threads. By the way, do we build here size? Debug tempfs. Maybe this was due to debug symbols, amazing stuff. Then I wonder, why do I build maybe how much other stuff did I recently build with debug symbols then? So yeah, maybe this only out of memory due to debug symbols. Let's just quickly var adm log all the stuff recently built. Oh yeah, maybe we... Oops. Yeah, so much to developing here on your live system that might explain one thing or the other. Anyway, so yeah, then it out of memory because debug symbols on tempfs comments in the audience. They built Firefox in 1 hour on my FX 8320 something. So yeah, let's see, not really sure how long that was on the... I already built the beta version with endless... So normally, as I reiterated so many times, usually I'm not on beta versions just because already wasting so much time. Yeah, also just recently, I mean, with sealing LLVM just on yesterday's stream, still not working for me. Although I don't really have the highest hopes that that would be fixed until the final release. Maybe we can actually have this how much? Yeah, 0 frames, amazing stuff. Let's also put up here some amazing, although probably as it will go away maybe, but anyway, you get the idea. So yeah, not really sure how long this built on the Mac Mini, but yeah, it's mostly, well, ironically I have, yeah, the build was pretty far on the Mac Mini. Some good yellow water, the finest stuff. Yeah, next up is also, but now I will probably slightly have the Ryzen just in here. That's not amazing. I need to do. So next up is also initRD full disk encryption unlocking with SSH. And which Ryzen? So this is 3000. That's the last year's one that we built here. So that would be so last year's Ryzen 7 2708 core, 16 threads. But as soon as this new 3950 or whatever that is, 16 core through. So this is pretty fast, well, relatively anyway in this compact mini ITX form factor, and as per the latest video, now rocking 64 gigs here. That is of course mighty a lot. And by the way, I had here this previous video where with Phoronix, like insecure with dmask. I find this pretty annoying, by the way. Fun fact, we could actually, yeah, actually I have a couple of things. We could actually do a couple of things. Well, besides, I wanted to take a look on full disk encrypted, like drop beer in init rd, stuff of like other distributions. Oops, what? Ah, yeah, this is not screen. We now rocking a TED. We are now rocking Tmax. So yeah, the other SKU, it's not yet released, as you probably know. I hope that looks good. And yeah, there's others, because certainly, so this is mighty fast, and I would maybe not, yeah, actually the only thing on the data center, the Xeons are aging a little bit, and I'm not really into, I'm more like insourcing instead of outsourcing, also for the YouTube stuff, and the more stuff we have here in-house, the more we have to test and mix and match and tinker and upgrade for all the YouTube content. So yeah, that dmask can't be run, this Moronix article there, I find this super pretty annoying. I mean, the only thing, oh, this was also the probably accidentally started recording. So this dmask, this insecurity stuff. Why is dmask as user insecure as well? It leaks some configuration and stuff, but in my opinion, on a normal desktop system, that certainly is totally moot. Well, for the most part, right? Maybe you can with JavaScript on the browser. Anyway, probably the other things in the data center. And even there, I would say, if you have already users getting a shell, then whether you have dmask or not. Anyway, I turned this on. This was probably architecture shared or something. And I find it super annoying. I will now probably dmask restricted. That is the most, you probably know the saying, the best invention since sliced bread. I find this really ironic. I'm not sure if in the native native speakers, this is meant as a positive thing, because I personally find sliced bread pretty annoying, because then it dries out, and when you eat it after a couple of days, it's not very tasty in my opinion. So actually I prefer, fun fact, not sliced bread. But so this, why do I say this? It's the best invention, dmask restricted, the best invention since sliced bread, or I don't know. It's so late here, busy day. So yeah, I just comment this out. I find this so annoying. I don't want to have this by default. If you want to have this, and it's we keep this here as like maybe as an example for people of maybe what to tweak or something. But yeah, this is not for me. Each time I want to look up something, I need to log in as root or whatever. And yeah, not a fan. Of this, but as usual, leave me in the comments below what you think. Do you find restricted dmask amazing? So that would be that, I guess, without I here. So Linux common, that is not But yeah, are you a fan or not? Config restricted. Disabled Linux. So disabled Linux, it is way too annoying for me. Commit. And then another thing with the transmitter crucial here of this 3D low level fame. By the way, our cores, I think I selected. Why are all the Z cores 84? Okay, that might be OBS. Yeah, I'm surprised we have 0 frames and 30 FPS rendered. So well loaded, also good stability test. Actually, I didn't really load the power supply is actually getting warmish, but that might be also the Ryzen heating this up. Yeah, a good stability test. I've not yet loaded that too much after I installed the not really certified and supported 64 gig memory there. So yeah, the other thing is what I already called out. Actually, we could resize this a little bit that you see a little bit of that fame there. That is architecture x86. I probably have commented this here already, and this is this config pad. So what I called out in the other, could actually hold it out into the camera, not even switched on today. So this amazing Oko Model 1 of that fame. Video, other channel, as this is a more random live channel. And yeah, this is not only the Crusoe. I wiped this with alcohol the other day, and now it's already some fingerprints on there, on my precious museum pieces. Yeah, so this also affects any other CPU without page, what is it, PAT page, what was it, page address table, page allocation, damn it, what was that even? Let's open a Firefox and a page attribute table. I think it was attribute table. x86 pad. Yeah, page attribute table. This also allows to control caches. It's totally stupid that so it's only introduced by the Pentium Pro, and the Crusoe didn't have this yet, and maybe some early VRs not, and AMD whatever, maybe K6 or I don't know. I really wonder what this Linux kernel developer is thinking, and then said, hey, oh, but nobody tested this. So as you see, I work around at this after, well, this was totally annoying, right? Of course, I don't build on the Crusoe, so that would take a day or two or so, or a week in the meantime with modern compilers. Certainly back in the day, you could compile this in the Linux kernel a couple of hours on this, but not now, nowadays anymore. So I actually modified the config here, but this is too stupid for me. I will probably just, well, this worked and I built a kernel, and again, so much time wasted, right? I booted like 5 times until I realized, because first I had this optimized for Pentium Pro, and then the kernel complained it's not x86, and then I thought, wait a second, it's x86, but okay, maybe like long knobs or something. Until then, with some debugging and stuff, I realized it's a page attribute table. So we will do this slightly different. Also clean up, because random crap from all the daily test building stuff and all that goodness. So we will do this by patching the kernel. So we will do here a job 5 Linux, and I will, because this is, I don't want to mangle the config there, and maybe the Linux kernel people change it, I'm not really sure, because somehow it doesn't really make much sense that normal people building the kernel, but anyway, that everyone needs to change the expert option to on to be able to switch over this stupid option. Probably, let's see before this stupid mouse wheel crap. Because I think here config expert, so not only this pet stuff, but config expert here. Don't want to have such crust in there, and probably better visibly patch the Linux kernel that this pet stuff doesn't depend on. Wait a second, does it even default to on? Okay, maybe that's not so much of a good idea after all, but anyway, let's, so this is building for, or does it not show there? Okay, whatever. Yeah, also a little bit slow. What 0 drop frames, that is at least amazing. Yeah, aging data center, virtual machine, not the most amazing. Come on, you can do it. Welcome, Devi. Amazing to have the recurring viewers here subscribing for this random live stuff. Yeah, I have another stuff. So Yeah, you see, this is why I want to get away from this data center. Also, this might be virtual I/O stuff. I have the feeling this virtual I/O stuff is maybe also the file system. I think I have X4 there. Usually not actually the greatest X4 fan, but I also online resized it a couple of times, so maybe it's like totally totally fragmented and whatnot. And defreezing the freezer just now. Some water dropping, probably need to look that video. Actually, I better check now. Not that our precious wooden floor here gets damaged in the office. So, defreezing also solved. All the stuff you need to do sometimes. Yeah, not that our yellow water gets too warm here. Certainly not that decreases our productivity in the summer. Yeah, so kernel patching. So that is here, and actually we are already 14 minutes in here, right? Although we are only, actually now we have a drop frame 187. Anyway, so Linux kernel, that is here, and this kconfig stuff works like fix file that was in arch x86 kconfig. Okay, maybe we grab this pad. There is already something in, wait a second, oh yeah. And yeah, this we do this that just to support other older stuff. I mean, it's hilarious in my opinion that especially x86 kernel, you know, is only built for such vintage stuff here, and then exactly on that doesn't boot anymore. It's hilarious. You can't really make this up. So pet, oops, this fancy new Vim this. Yeah, I really don't like this new Vim feature. So yeah, so this x86 this stuff here. So you see if expert prompt. Wait a second. Default. Where's even the default bool? Not really sure if. I wonder a little bit how that was before. Means they write here pet are the modern equivalent of MTRR, set of memory type range registers, for also controlling caching. MTRs, I think, only control caching like write back, write through, or uncached, or write combining. You want this for maximum performance of your video graphic card, frame buffer access and stuff. And I think MTRs probably came earlier and PET came later, I think. And so we definitely don't want to depend this on, we also don't really want to default this on bool, though. Default depends on default bool. What is this MTR range? Default 1. Ah, this is bare now. What sanitize? Hello, where's the... Come on. Default bool, yes. I mean, the stupid thing is also that the Linux kernel, this is also another critique here. I think we don't really want to. If we want to default bool this, then only for x86 or something. Certainly not for any other. But this... Ah, wait a second. No, I did it wrong. Yeah, this new VI, not fan. Of course, we only want to edit this. We could theoretically check what this has been in the Linux kernel previously before, because I never had this problem, so this definitely is a new thing. And do we have... Yeah, I think 11 we have. Let's browse that, and then Arch x86. Okay, config. I think that one. Oh, wait a second, pet. So here, that would be log. Yeah, then not log off that. Maybe we should have blamed that. 2000 is already so long. Add config keys compat. Yeah, I guess I don't think this is so old. Probably need get blamed for that. Anyway, maybe we just defaulted to no, but this is also, if I would do this in my kernel, why is this not optional? This is really here my microkernel dream after 20 years. Gathered a little bit of experience, nothing is more annoying than the stuff doesn't work. I also really wonder why this needs to be so hard-coded and it cannot like use optional page attribute table stuff if it's there and not fail hard. Of course, this is also for HiMem, right? Also, maybe it could actually be that this is only HiMem related, but maybe to check for another day. Yeah, I accidentally touched the other one there. And wait a second, did I not save this? No, only live on YouTube, always so much fail here. Oh. I really wonder why people need, you know, this new Vim stuff you can't even use anymore. This it's hilarious, the usability of this. Who came up with this shit? Either you want VI or you don't want VI. But who wants this fucking crappy magic feature crap here? Anyway, are you a fan of latest Vim features? Leave me know here. File diff. So, of course, the other we just patch erase of fix file diff. No pet default. I don't know. Patch. Not sure. I would think we have this HiMem. HiMem, of course, more than 4 GB. How does it work on x86? This works by having different processors. So, for example, you could have on 32-bit x86 starting from a Pentium Pro, I think, with a page, was it a page address extension PAE or something? All right, this pet is not PAE. Why did it send? Wait a second. Does it even make sense? At least I thought it's pet. What? So many questions now that you see, you thought you are done with it and then you packaged it live on YouTube. You have more questions and answers. But this was the only change that was needed, and I think I had what was the indication that but this has config HiMem 4 GB. Anyway, I would really wish that this is more dynamic. I would certainly, well, maybe like Windows in previous times probably, or still today, has this hardware abstraction layer stuff, and maybe so one HAL like kernel shim layer for SMP and one for single processor, so maybe today doesn't make much sense anymore, and maybe also for physical address extension, PAE, and page attribute table. But anyway, why can this not be dynamic features? It's hilarious. I really don't like this hard-coded. And this is even more a thing on ARM and certainly stuff like that. So yeah, package, we can also cancel this already. And yeah, 22 minutes in, we are still building. Web renderer. Yeah, also modern build stuff, you see not even the greatest load here on all the cores. So much, thank you very much for whatever is the latest and greatest build system there of this Firefox stuff. That is what you have: Ninja, Cargo, Rust. But actually this could be just one. Let's open here at top. This could actually be like 1 year Rust. Of course, this stuff sometimes runs so long here already. 1 minute, 23 minutes, can't even make this up. Only live on YouTube's not a, well, yeah, maybe I really, well, there are 100 languages. I have some, well, as usual, there are 100 languages or standards, and then some stupid idiot like myself comes along and makes 101st standard. But yeah, I have, especially using Lua on our, not only our second alternative driver structure for XXCam, but also our new shiny UI stuff, which even fun fact, this fancy, amazing stat stuff here is using our own runtime for testing. So yeah, this is all drawn by Lua stuff. And when you have a Lua source file like this, in previous videos I have there on the other channel some secret source stuff where I show you some of this code, because that is not open source. And when you work with stuff like Lua, you've probably either you have seen this in your own code, or games like World of Warcraft or something which is using Lua, and then you edit the stuff. And so our own stuff comes up, like even running from source comes up in fractions of a second. Although all the UI stuff is Lua compiled and to bytecode on start here on development. So it starts in fractions of a second, and here Rust is still compiling on one core. Yeah. Wait a second, this is wrong. That should be that one. Probably still, yeah, Rust 100%. This is a new one though. It's only 40. Yeah, also somehow not very parallel there, so whatever. Probably, maybe something to investigate, another live stream. Let's, so this patch, cleanup is still running. How can this run? Yeah, so the I/O performance on this many years old virtual machine of data center building stuff, not amazing. And let's package, since this was probably, was it not base? That was no pet default, and delete this stuff that we accidentally touched. And yeah, I guess let's, so HiMem, that's probably not HiMem, by the way. Can we, maybe let's make one quick test with Pentium Pro boot config. Maybe I even, well, maybe I really need more automatics. That really, I had this not only automatic package stuff, like not only nightly tracking, but also test compiling and automatic committing. I mentioned this already a couple of live streams, but also like automatic testing, right? For example, at least the final distribution result here. So like even have like weekly ISOs and have them even test booted in QEMU, fun stuff like that. Let's quickly check. Oh, wait a second, this is 10. Oh, actually we can check with 10. So that is, was it pet, right? Yeah, so this pet is on. And which HiMem is this? HiMem, okay, this is 64. Does it page address extension? What? Does it not? Oh, there it has page address. So this has PAE and this didn't. This doesn't have it at all. Interesting. Maybe it depends on, or maybe does it depend on page attribute table? Actually, maybe didn't delete it yet. Let's take a quick look at that. So here is interesting. So 5 level page table. So PAE increases it to 3, x86 to 4. Interesting stuff. And x86. Nah. I mean, I wonder that the fans are spinning that high. So PAE, huge VMAP. Here is high mem, so this is select between 1 and 4 gigabytes of physical memory. But this is just the split option here. Interesting stuff. Okay, whatever. Maybe probably need to. Yeah, the problem is also this is why I want the new Ryzen as soon as it comes here. Yeah, also already 24 minutes in. A little bit sad. We can actually check how long this compiled. But okay, it's a little bit unfair. I don't even need to check this because the Mac Mini was building this with debug symbols before it out of memory killed there. But high mem options I did not even touch, so maybe the x86 I even have high mem off already historically, just by default too. Okay, we have here two. Why are both high mem options set? That also doesn't make much sense. Oh, wait a second. Maybe it's a dynamic code though. No, allow more than 4 gigabyte by default. PAE. Okay, but both of those two together, I think, can they probably not be set together, can they? I would think not. Okay, we dynamically already choose this here, so based on whether you selected here some near Pentium Pro and no, but I'm pretty sure I rebuilt this with Pentium MMX. I guess I need to check this another day. Probably not commit this yet. Anyway, yeah, also tons of other stuff here still. If you're interested in all this fun random changes. Yeah, a little bit of a pity that the load of this is not too high here. Yeah, this is hilarious. That this is not here. 6 minutes? Are you completely freaking kidding me? 6% memory on. This is the thing, Scott. We captured that here on only live on this channel. This is hilarious. 6% memory on. So this was 64. 6%. 3.nearly 4 gigabyte Rust compiler. Here. Test passes. Yeah, half an hour. The issue is also, yeah, aside all those random changes though, that on the Firefox side, hey, maybe this finished. So there you have it, compiled in, the stream is running here, 30 minutes. Can also give this to you more precise in Firefox. Yeah, so often I have built this already on this installation, can't make this up. So yeah, nearly precisely 30 minutes. If you were interested in this, in TempFS, in that, let's probably kill that. So I have one problem. So I committed this already because I was hoping it built. And yeah, maybe the nearly first external person, mostly in the white here. I have one real issue here with me, obviously. I have one real issue, and that is, yeah, this crashes. I figured already this is not, yeah, can't also not make that up. Did we core dump fully? Maybe. GDB Firefox. It's probably Firefox bin or some. Oh no, it's bin. This is probably in raise exception. Mods G assertion message. You know what this could be that I accidentally. Yeah, but anyway, also a fun fact: 2019 you update build random open source stuff, and this stuff randomly breaks. Although this, I wonder if, but actually it's some GTK icon helper load surface. Yeah, also, I mean, why does this stuff crash here? Only because it doesn't have some icon. I guess this also doesn't go away when we just build them. Maybe this is icon theme. What would it be? Icon theme. Yeah, you randomly update some stuff here on YouTube and then source update high color icon theme, and then your stuff starts breaking. No, that is at least the latest version there. GNOME icon theme. And in any case, I don't think it's reasonable that this stuff asserts there on whatever. In my opinion, totally unreasonable to crash like that. Oh, that is 3. Interesting that didn't have that installed. Let's, yeah, emerge that if you know why this crashes. Otherwise, not really. I thought I rebuilt GTK and stuff, but yeah, desktop Linux in 2019, unfortunately. But this is also my life, right? 20 years, can't reiterate this enough, and now live on YouTube. This happened always, right? You built something there. We had 20 years ago, 1998, there was GCC 295, and then like 0.3 stuff is huge C++ changes. Then we had huge GCC 3 that was huge. No, well, except like maybe Red Hat shipped this and broke everything. All the other distributions waited like forever, mostly maybe because, are we even still live? This meter, why is this stalling so long? How can this take so long? Anyway. Yeah, so huge changes. Also glibc, there were huge changes. C library, even this, but this was maybe before my time, the old libc, whatever that was, that before glib, clib, I don't know, lib whatever, I don't even know, 20 years ago. That was probably just at the edge when I joined. And yeah, GCC major changes, at least 3 after the 3 was a huge thing, but then also everything else you build for PowerPC, Spark and stuff, especially those often didn't really work much. Let's see if that fixes something. You never actually did. I probably not click on the restore. Yeah, so Firefox here. I mean, why does it need to crash if you move a tab? It's hilarious. But if you have a tip for that, let me know. This wasn't always the case. This only happened with updating all the random stuff here on YouTube though. Yeah, I mean, I could build, maybe it's an assertion that let's check if we build var adm log some GTK plus stuff. Would this be 3 nowadays? No, this we didn't build with GDB. Only a couple of, it could be glib, I don't know. But this is also not, anyway, only a couple of other stuff as seen previously in the beginning. Yeah, this is a little bit sad now. I have the latest version of Firefox and it crashes sometimes. Well, sometimes. At least it only crashes when you move a tab. But this is also software development, right? My recurring theme here. that you actually don't need to. We already know that it crashes. Or let's check, is it? Well, it must be the new version here. This should be 69. I wonder actually we could load, but I don't expect this to... The YouTube Studio is always super slow with Firefox. And what's this? No, this is not the Studio. Let me probably... Or is it the Studio? Oh no, this is the Studio. So 1, 2, 3... could actually be a little bit faster now. So maybe it's a little bit faster. Anyway, that's it for today. I still need to find out another day why the segmentation faults. Certainly totally annoying. G assertion message, but it's high GTK high icon helper load surface, so it's hilarious. They have here a line number, so it's like line number that one. Not impressed. Anyway, could also be GTK pixbuff. I mean, this is actually, we should actually like debug this. Which is this? Even this is GTK icon, so this is most likely in GTK. We could also emerge GTK +3. Actually, also a new version of that. Huh? Why do we have? Interesting. Maybe I updated this on the data center. Yeah, I do not really update each and every release here. As you see, this is my portable Road Warrior SSD thing. You're missing only, so if you're on building from source, then you can emerge like this, similar to Gentoo. Fun fact, previously we just used build package, and we added in Rock Linux times over a decade ago, 2004 or something, this emerge script just to make Gentoo people feel more at home. Once new stuff, interestingly. Maybe we compile this just for the fun of it. This is, of course, I disabled this, you're right, before you blame this, is a T2 crap, 3BD and Pango. Let's see if that... 3BD. So yeah, if you, of course, disable the dependency resolution, just because I don't want to always rebuild each and everything. What does that found? 3BD, what? Build target, sub-project finished, what? Libtai not found. Half bars not found, what? Do we have tie or don't have it, wherever that comes from, maybe from half bars. Let's see if it built. Anyway, after that build we call it a day. As I said, coming next also full disk encrypted SS, for server, for our new server nodes. Certainly nowadays we want to have them full disk encrypted, and for that, of course, we need that for logging in. So the concept, of course, it's not something new. Other people and Debian and stuff, they are like other packages. Just wait, we have other distributions have their own init.rd stuff, and many were too complex. That is why I rewrote a small init.rd stuff, like keep it stupid, small, simple, the most stupid simple you could do it. And I like it very much. And it works great for me, not really much stuff in there. Maybe now we need to add some modular stuff, like modular adding, like unlocking their crypto loop stuff on SSH, but that is why, there's not really a standard for that. Each and every distribution is ruling their own. What does it want now? Pango, but version of GNU3BD. What? But version of GNU3BD is what? But we have one. What? We have one. Oh. FreeBD. Really hate when this projects yeah, 105, yeah, need some. Yeah, what are these packages? These are all text processing. If you're new to Linux, this is all text processing stuff like left to right, right to left, and other Unicode gibberish. No, all these stupid features. Just wanna copy the link location though. But 105 is maybe the latest, but it's certainly free. Need to check version oil for the future. For the nightly tracker. That apparently works. I mistyped this here. This is might explain FreeBD. Let's see what that is building. Yeah, it's anyway, I hope you learned something, and I need to get out of here sometime soon. If you have any questions, answers, then right now, amazing that some people are watching how we do here more open source than open source only live on YouTube. Our favorite hobbies, making everything better and greater and the most amazing. And yeah, soon for PowerPC and MIPS and Spark also. Then yeah, we upgraded the G5 already to 2.5 gigahertz max, and still, what is with Pango? Can't make this up. Pango is, but version is what? But we built Pango. But here is some. Wait a second. Where? No, there is not something new. What does it? We have Pango 144.5. It's not coming. 144.5. This terminal doesn't have amazing scrolling. What was it? GTK plus 3, right? But version of Pango is 140.41. What? $144. Did we not? Pretty sure we. Let's just rebuild it. For that, maybe the not really sure what's up with that now. Maybe because it used the old version of FreeBD, or wait a second, is this even building or something? This is like instant. Pretty sure that didn't really build here something. Amazing stuff here, Ninja, whatever. So what is this? Some cross-compile guidance. Make opt, make inst opt, mention opt, meson opt, cd, meson, Ninja. Oh, wait a second, why is this commented out? Who commented this out? Fun stuff, only live on YouTube. Let's see if that builds something. Not really sure. Was this even committed like this, or could SVN blame this though, but nah. Gear scanner what? No module name built-ins. What is this now? Can't even make that up. Feld Pango Gear. This is Python. Maybe this is some Python versus. Because I just changed this off. Maybe well, of course, we probably want to get rid of Python 2 anyway. But I just changed this. Normally I defaulted to Python 3. Only Firefox didn't build. So probably as other, maybe Debian get rid of Python anyway, Python 2. And maybe we should too, or something of that sort. Maybe at least get this stuff all like Python 2 versus Python 3 clean by specifying, okay, this is actually built. I'm not really sure what. Fixed Pango to actually build and install again, whatever was up with that. Only live here on YouTube. Then again, one more try of GTK Plus. And yeah, certainly better to test this on the Ryzen, because if we do this on the Atom there with the IOP or the P3 G5, then everything will be significantly slower, and this still doesn't build because now it wants epoxy. Again, usually if you install T2 and from scratch you don't have this issue like that, because simply because you do not run this missing only or stuff. Actually, this image, simple image script would install it, just that I don't want to rebuild everything. Usually it's not too much of a deal, except if you have stuff like this here. So epoxy, by the way, was, I think, some, if you wonder, this is also a little bit of a critique from me, that we are in general not only the 150 micro dependencies on Rust and Cargo, but in a way it's getting a little bit dependency hell. Although you could say normally you would install them all automatically here, obviously, but it's also getting a little bit, the code base is getting so huge. And this is, as far as I remember, some GL helper, GL buffer management or whatever. Also, yeah, OpenGL or this 3D stuff, so many packages, so many options, so many versions, so many whatever, and then you still need another abstraction layer and buffer management helper and whatnot. So yeah, and also yeah, this is 20 years, right? 20 years of doing this stuff, and then you even remember what all this half bars and epoxy and Pango 3BD and all this fun stuff is. Yeah, can't wait for the new Ryzen. Really a pity. It's a little bit of maybe AMD needs more yield of this high, of this binning, of this high clock core. All of those clocks are, yeah, upping the process. Well, actually, so TSMC is manufacturing it, right? But maybe they still work so closely, certainly with the foundries, that they up the yield and process together. So maybe what is AMD doing? Not only increasing the yield, but also getting some stock of them. So even if they just to have for the launch, when all the 10,000 people or so, or 100,000 people want a CPU, that they actually are not always sold out, like with the 5700 apparently. Yep, because then hopefully twice the performance with this 3950X or whatever that is. Will be the first who will be ordering that, just because we certainly need this. And then upping here. And then at that time frame also doing all the automatics, even more automated nightly tracker and build tester and ISO tester. And yeah. Any questions, because this live stream will end really soon, only a couple of 187 job frames, as this is an amazing Ryzen. So really curious, let's quit this Firefox already and probably have, yeah, this probably quits this GDB already. Maybe we are so lucky, I think at least let's check this. So this is LDD for dynamic libraries there, opt Firefox or Mozilla or something, bin Firefox here. Let's grab what we even links there, GTK. Or is this, it's only some wrapper thing. Why is this only to what? So few libraries, that is funny. Probably only some. In earlier times this might even have been a shell script, or I don't know what. Or loading modules. Oh, that is interesting. There's all my space going, let's say. That is fun stuff. Probably want to deinstall quite some versions there. Not surprised if this, I want to. So much to making this easy to check which library it even linked against modern software architecture. Yeah, so a tab, maybe empty tabs are, yeah, still crashes. So much to rebuilding all this fun stuff and it still crashes. Anyway, at least we updated something, fixed some check version URL, fixed some Pango stuff to actually build. Actually some icon cache. Maybe we should run this icon cache updating crap. Anyway, yeah, not fun stuff. I probably should try. Yeah, but you also don't get to these ideas. If I would have tested this more regularly, but we had this one live stream day where we for 7 hours updated GNOME stuff and fun stuff like that. So not really sure since when this is broken. This is slightly hilarious. Although also Firefox switched from GTK 2 to GTK 3. So since whenever that is broken. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Firefox T2, maybe one of the very first distributions, as usual, updated here, Bleeding Edge live on YouTube. Always more amazing if you ask something, then it's not as much as a monologue. Anyway, I hope you'll learn something. Stay tuned for all the more amazing random live streams. And yeah, so much stuff to do. And actually, theoretically, ideally, I would need to do, because I really need the server nodes. So maybe I need to some Nate Light shift today. I certainly get out of here. Gotta go out of here. But maybe some Nate Light work on with virtual machine testing stuff for full disk encryption, because I need this ideally tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon. And yeah, till next time.